Hi, ladies. Welcome again to our Wednesday series for the month of October titled Detour. So last week we spoke about making right turns and how those turns affect everyone in the car and how we should be obedient, we should stir up in faith, we should listen and walk in confidence and with peace that God is going to guide us to make these decisions. So this week, I would introduce you to the topic, which is going against the grain. And that is going to require a lot from us too. Because going against the grain means we have to make turns that are radical. Because it's going to display our character and our beliefs. So let me start with this. Let's just start with this verse again with my notes and everything else. So don't mind. Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction. Many go through it, but as small is the gate that leads to life, only a few will follow it. That is in Matthew 7:13-4. My sisters, are you choosing the narrow gate or the wide gate? This is like a huge important. I'm just picturing, I'm such a visual learner, so I wanted to give you visuals every time we have like a video. So let's picture that we're in Times Square. There's so many people and everyone is just coming against us. The whole world is going towards its desires, towards everything that is like so, cool and fashionable and everything about music and its styles and immorality and all of that. So everyone is going with that because it's being accepted. But as Christian, God has called us to do something else. So let me go into our second thing. If you don't go against the grain, consequences of the wrong turn will come and hunt you. Sorry. So this is so important because if we go with the flows of this world, God is not going to like that. There's going to be consequences to our actions if we actually end up following what the world wants us to follow. But if we turn our life around and again, like last week, choose the path of obedience, it's going to be much easier. Because remember that story from the Bible? Where the Israelites were about to be delivered, but they still didn't believe, and they sent the 10 spies, and they still thought that they were going to be, losing again because their faith wasn't big enough, and they missed their promised land. I don't want you to miss your promised land. I told you last week to get prepared for the new places where God was going to take you, and this is going to require, again, going against the grain. So let's go into this verse, which I love so much because I'm not going to be talking too much this week, just very briefly, but making the right points. It says, do not love the world or the things of the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the desires of the eyes and pride possessions is not from the Father. The world is passing away with its desires. But whosoever does the will of God abides forever. This life on earth is our temporary home. We're not citizens of the United States. We're not citizens of this country. This is just preparation for what's ahead. So do you want to abide forever and live a life of obedience and of purpose and of holiness? Or are you going to go with the grain? It's really hard to digest that. So a change of heart is not good unless there is a change of behavior. And I'm going to leave you with this. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's in Romans 12:2. So my ladies, God is asking from us to be transformed in our mind, to not conform to the desires of the world and the possessions that are here because they are not from the Father, but our inheritance is in heaven. So that's my challenge for you for this week. I hope you can reflect on these words and go back to them and really think about what God is calling you at this time for you to go against the grain. How are you making those radical turns? So I hope to see you next week for our 3rd week series, which I would introduce later. Alrighty? Take care. See ya. Bye-bye.
I can't waste a day. I can't stay the same.